security agents launch manhunt for Ipob militant threatening to kill Atiku, Tinubu supporters. Security agencies have launched a manhunt for a suspected member of Ipob who recently threatened to kill the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and APC candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A security source told PR Nigeria that operatives would soon arrest the suspect of a violent threat. The young man suspected to be an Ipob militant issued his murder threat in a viral 30-second video which has been circulated various social media platforms. And then the videos of Nigerians beaten up, being tortured by bandits, the term manhunt. I mean, again, is the proactivity with this, right? I'm not saying that anyone should go around and say that they want to, murder, especially presidential candidates. But not just presidential candidates, we're talking these people have been in politics for a very long time. So if you're throwing out statements like that, that is on you. But it's the manhunt. I mean, it's the strength and the enthusiasm. You are really manhunt, Ipob. That energy is always there. I mean, it's just the energy. You have to keep the energy the same. Again, it says, PR Nigeria observed that the suspect, while displaying a gun, pistol in the video, cautioned voters of APC and PDP presidential candidates against coming out to vote if they love their lives. Okay, fine. But then, this is a man by himself making a video. Cool. He's not hurting anybody. He's just speaking words, right? And then you have, prior to this, you have videos of Nigerians being tortured. I mean, videos of Nigerians being tortured, being beaten in an unknown bushy area. And the uproar, the manhunt, the enthusiasm is not there. Keep the energy the same. And then he warned those who wouldn't vote for Peter Obi to stay away from polling units. You see? And now the term Ipob will now be like, oh, Ipob is supporting Peter Obi. Again, let's go back. Fact is, Ipob has come out to say they don't associate with Peter Obi. They haven't said anything. Peter Obi going for the presidential seat does not water down their own agenda. So they've already done well to disassociate themselves. So if it's actually a member of Ipob, and they would not be doing that. So how do we confirm that this person is an Ipob militant? How do we know that? Because again, this then provides arguments and literally adds to the fire and induces and triggers arguments for people to associate Peter Obi and Ipob, and then make an argument that, see, Peter Obi supporters are planning to do this and this to APC and PDP candidates. I mean, this is where the story is going. This is how low the bar is getting. I mean, we're really about to play very, very dirty. So, first of all, there's no verification this man is an Ipob militant. I mean, and again, you know what? This situations like this, prove again why it is wise for Ipob to have given that statement, to be honest, and just said where they stand in terms of supporting Peter Obi, because this man is stating that if you're going to vote for PDP and APC, you better not if you love your lives, and then declare support for Peter Obi. So now, you saying Ipob militant who happens to be Peter Obi's supporter threatens PDP and Atiku supporters and plans to the candidate. I mean, that is basically the story that is going to be presented and pushed. And really, it shouldn't be like that. But hey, this is the extent they're willing to go. So in every way, I mean, it's good at least I can remember that Ipob, actually, wait a minute, before I just digest this, Ipob has actually come out to disassociate themselves or just distance themselves from Peter Obi's campaign and, not try to provide any links. Why not also launch a manhunt on bandits that threaten to kidnap our president of our dear nation? Stop labeling criminals as Ipob. Continue to deceive yourselves until the president is kidnapped. I mean, this kidnap of president, listen. Again, and it's the fact is, why are you not keeping the energy the same? You are being selective as to where you choose to be proactive. I mean, you want to be proactive when it comes to civilian matters, but then when it comes to actual dealing with terrorists, you want to start negotiating. You want to call them repentant. I mean, you don't even provide the best, weapons and arms for them to actually fight. Instead, those that are in the front line, I mean, we heard the news of 80 soldiers that were dismissed. And it was labeled as disobedience to whatever command, that whatever it is. And they came out to say, actually, why we chose to leave and why we did not stay in the front lines is because we ran out of weapons. I mean, it wasn't good enough to fight with no arms frontline, because then they're at risk of basically dying. They have nothing to protect themselves. So it's a thing where it's like, why is the energy not being kept up? I mean, where you actually need the energy and the zeal and the manhunt. I mean, again, when you use the word manhunt, it really does describe the kind of energy and the kind of enthusiasm and proactivity in which you want to get something done. I mean, when you say manhunt, it means that you're specific in achieving a target. You're getting there, right? And so we ask, where is the same energy? Your president was threatened to be kidnapped and videos went viral, and yet army headquarters and DSS took the other side as if nothing happened. Play the terrorists fulfilled their promise the next day by ambushing the presidential guard, killing 9, leaving many injured, and yet the army and DSS never lose their breath. I mean, this is your country, and so this makes it it also reiterates and again brings back the value, or brings to remembrance the value and the reason why we should take the elections very, very seriously. Really, that's really what it is. I mean, we've got to take it very seriously. Whoever is there, you just have to hope and pray that they work to your behalf and they work to defend you. I mean, the fact that we've gone to prayers, we don't want to pray anymore. We've prayed enough. We now have to decide and be sure of our decision and the outcome of that decision. I mean, that's where it really lies down to. Again, this country is, I mean, it's safe to say the country is gone, to be honest. The sense of panic is there, but people are just trying to survive. I guess it's like you just keep going because you're so used to suffering in the country. You just keep going. Because what else can you do? Stop working? I mean, you can't do that. But at the same time, we've now realized that we also need to make change. So yeah, put what you think in the comment section below and don't forget to like and subscribe.